series here in South Beach. This is a dynamic strength and flowing kettlebell yoga routine that'll help shape, firm, and tone your body in no time. So grab that kettlebell, take off your shoes, and let's have some fun. Stand tall with your feet together, your core engaged. Inhale as you lengthen the arms up overhead. Exhale and dive down towards your feet, drawing your nose towards your knee. Exhale and gaze up. Fold the body again. Arms reach out to the side and lift back up. Arch the back. Exhale and release. Again, inhale the arms overhead. Exhale as you swan dive forward, drawing the nose to the knee. Gaze up. Exhale, forward fold. Bend the knees, swan dive the arms. Stand up. Back bend, open the arms, exhale, release. Hop out to the side and lengthen the arms. Drop one arm to the side for a lateral stretch. Reach up with the arm as you lengthen down the leg. Exhale and circle around to the other side. Lengthen through the arm. Use your waist as you spiral and go to the opposite side again. One last time as you sweep to the other side for your lateral stretch. Come up to standing, lengthening both arms to the side. Reach up overhead. Exhale as you dive forward for an upside down grip to pick up the bell. Lengthen the arms overhead, bend the knees, and we'll stretch. Lift up overhead, slight bend of the knees, extend and lift. And circle around as you come into Warrior One. Lengthen back as you arch the back. Bring the bell into your chest and push the bell out as you lean back. Bring the bell down to the ground. Coming into our plank position, lift the leg, dive into upward facing dog, open the chest, press back into downward facing dog. Gaze up, step, hop, or jump up, grab your bell for chair. Press the bell overhead, sink your hips down, and then come to the other side. Step into Warrior One, lengthen through the arms, back bend, bring the bell into the chest, press forward as you lean back. Drop the bell down to the ground, come into plank, lift the leg, dive into upward facing dog, open up through your chest, exhale as you press back into downward facing dog. Gaze up. Step, hop, or jump up, grabbing your bell into chair pose. Press the arms overhead, sink down into your chair, and come back to center. Step into Warrior One again, arms overhead, lean back. Bell comes into chest, press forward with the bell as you lean back, and then bring the bell down to the ground. Come into a side stretch, twisting through the body, rotating your torso, and come into your plank, diving down into upward facing dog. Open the chest, press back into downward facing dog, lengthen through your spine and the hamstrings. Gaze up, step, hop, jump up, grab your bell, and chair pose. Sink down into your stretch. Come back to center and change sides. Warrior One, arms lengthen overhead. Bring the bell into the chest, push it out as you lean back. Lengthen through the leg. Bell comes to ground, side angle stretch, and rotate the torso. Lengthen the arm as it reaches up. Hand comes down into plank, lift the back leg. Dive into your upward facing dog to open the chest. Exhale, press back into extended downward dog. Lengthen the legs. Gaze up, step, hop, jump up, grab your bell, chair pose. Sink into the stretch and then come back to center. Step out for halo, circling the bell around the head. Keep the knees slightly bent to support the back. Activate the core as you circle the arms around and exhale your breath. Keep the elbows wide as you pull the horns on the bell. Keep the circle going. And now let's change sides, circling around in the other direction. Keeping the elbows wide, keep the chest lifted, activate the obliques and the core as you breathe. Knees stay slightly bent. One more time, circling around and then come into Warrior One. Press the arms out and overhead for tricep extension. Bend the arms, extend the leg. Use your triceps, use your hamstrings and glutes. Keep your ribs and hips facing the front. Back leg is anchored to the ground and it remains straight. Extend and lengthen. Press, extend and lengthen. Change the arms and press from the chest. Lean back as the arms press forward and you lean away. Activate your glute as you lengthen the leg. Keep your core engaged. A few more. And now let's transition into Windmill. Rack the bell on one arm, bring a closer stance in the legs. Shift the hips back and press the arm overhead as you lean down. Come back up and rotate. Slide down as the arm presses overhead. Come up and rotate. Your legs stay straight and you press in the opposite direction of the bell. Lean down, gaze at the bell, come up and rotate around. Exhale as you draw the navel in and rotate the torso. Keep pressing the bell in opposite directions as you slide and glide down the leg. Last one, slide down the leg as the arm reaches up overhead. Lengthen as you stand and bring the arm into the chest for single arm swings. Shift the hips back, drive the hips forward as you stand and swing. Let's begin to add the leg. So we swing, lift the outer thigh, activate. The bell only comes up to about shoulder height. Rotate the torso as you swing down, drive with the hips, stand and lift the outer thigh. Notice the bell stays on one side of the leg when you swing. Take this into figure eights, threading through the leg, up to the front and then to the other side, making a figure eight pattern through the legs. Start to add an outer thigh lift if you'd like. Threading through, lift the leg. Thread through, catch, lift the leg. Keep the palms facing the back when you catch the bell behind the knees. This takes coordination and practice. Now let's go to the other side for single arm swings. Drive the hips back, shift them forward, squeeze and lengthen, bringing the bell to about shoulder height. Add the leg lift. Swing, lift, shift, swing, lift, drive the hips back, let the free arms swing with you and the bell. This will help with your coordination and movement. Rotate through your torso to get more strength. And now let's grab the bell, come to the other side for our warrior one. Lengthen the arms as you lean back, and then tricep extension. Lengthen the legs and the triceps at the same time. Feel the glutes activated and the triceps lengthen. Now we'll take the movement from our chest, leaning back. So bring it into the chest, press and lean back. Lengthen the arms and the legs. Lean the torso back to activate your core. Back leg stays long and strong. Exhale as you press away, lean back. Now let's transition into our windmill. Rack the bell, bring your stance closer. Slide down the leg as the arm lengthens overhead. Feel this in your waist and your obliques. Rotate the torso as you stand. Slide down, lengthen. Come up and rotate to activate the core. Lengthen the arms in opposition. Squeeze and rotate. Keep your breath. Keep your torso lifted. Your spine is long. Shift the hips back. As you stand this time, rack the bell and rotate. Press overhead as you slide down. Bring the bell in, rack, rotate the torso. This just adds a different type of a challenge than we did before. One last good one. Lengthen the arms, shift the hips, activate your core, and then grab the bell in an upside down grip and rotate your torso. Keep the knees slightly bent to support the lower back. Lead with your shoulders, exhale your breath, activate your core, and go into a swinging chop movement. Swing up to one side, down into the other. Let your hips follow the bell. Keep your arms straight as you swing the bell. Drive with your hips as you go from side to side. Now let's add a leg lift, out to the side as you swing. Lift and chop down. Staying on one side as we swing, lift the leg and chop. This is a whole body functional move that comes from the power of swinging the bell. Keep the coordination. Let's do once more. Hold it up and balance. Lengthen the leg behind you. Lift the torso into extension. Now tuck the elbow to the knee and extend back out. Again, abs pull in, lengthen as you extend. Draw the knee in to the elbows, lengthen, extend again. Once more, draw it in, exhale, and lift. Bring the bell into one hand for dancer pose. Find your balance. Reach down with the bell. Press the foot into the hand as you lengthen out. Kick the foot into the hand to open up through the shoulder. Drop the bell and lengthen the leg into standing split. Pulse the leg up and down. Keep the extension of the leg, squeeze and activate the glute and the hamstring. Lengthen through your torso, and now bend the knee into a curtsy, and then extend and stand. Both knees bend down, extend and lengthen. Carefully place the hands underneath of the shoulders. Use your balance of the standing leg as you extend into the split. Let's do one more. Squeeze and activate the glute. And then transition into Halfmoon Pose as you lengthen one arm, open up through the chest. Feel the length through the foot as you flex, leading with your heel. Bend the knee if you can for an advanced stretch, grabbing the top of the foot, kicking away, open up through the hip flexor and thigh. Gaze back down to the ground, release the leg, and come into a seated twist. Rotate over the thigh, pulling it closer towards the chest. Gaze over your back shoulder. Lengthen your spine. Now slowly release and come back into standing split. Pick up your bell as you stand for swings to the other side. Lengthen your arms, drive with your hips, and now we'll start to add the outside leg. Lift one leg as you swing. Swing and lift, and other side. Chop up, chop it down. Use your core to activate. Use the swinging momentum to get the leg up and drive with the hips. Let's do 2 more and then we'll hold it. Last time, hold it, lengthen, back into extension, tuck the knees into elbows, extend and back. Tuck it in, activating your core, lengthen as you stretch. Bring it in, extend and lengthen. Let's do 1 more. Reach it out, and then draw the bell down towards the ground for standing split. Begin to pulse the leg up and down to activate the glutes, the hamstrings, and the outer thigh. Now start to curtsy the leg. You'll bend both knees as the leg comes down, extend both as it reaches. Press the weight into the heel of the standing leg, bending both knees together, extending and lengthening out. Keep the core engaged as you lengthen the legs each time. Last one, bend the knee and let's come into a seated twist. Draw the knee closer to your body as you rotate around and gaze over the back shoulder. Untwist as you come back into a standing split position. Lengthen through the leg, and then shift the weight to one arm as you open into Halfmoon Pose, lengthening from one arm to the other. Flex the foot, keep it long. For more intensity, bend the knee, kick the foot into the hand, and open up through your hip and thigh. Stay strong through the standing leg, and then come into Dancer Pose. Lift up through the body, find your balance, kick the top of the foot into the hand, lengthen as you stretch, use the bell to help counterbalance you. Carefully place the bell down and come into side angle stretch. You can bind behind the leg to add more of a challenge. Open up through the chest and through the shoulders. Gaze down and come into a deep kneeling position, pressing the hip flexor forward. Balance as you bend the back leg towards you with the same arm of the leg. Pull it closer towards you to feel the thigh stretch. Release down, grabbing the bell to swing from side to side. Lateral lunge as you tick-tock from side to side. Now release one arm to increase the challenge. This movement focuses on timing and coordination. Now hold it to one side, place the bell down, rotate to a side angle stretch, or bind under the leg to increase the challenge. Lean back as you open up through the chest, lengthen the back leg, and now unwind and bring your body into a deep kneeling position. Lengthen the arms. Bend the back leg as you bring it closer towards you to feel the thigh and the hip flexor open. Slowly release the leg and come into a wide stance, picking up the kettlebell with an upside down grip. Swing the bell from side to side, and now release one arm and stay on one side as you thread through the leg. Keep the back flat, the chest lifted, and core engaged. Now change sides, threading under the leg and catching in front of you. Keep the chest lifted, core engaged, and tighten through the glutes. Inhale as you bring the bell up to one side, legs together, and then rotate your torso as you come into twisted chair. Extend one arm as the other lengthens overhead, creating one long line. Bring the bell back to the center, inhale, exhale, and let's go to the other side. Taking the arm to the outside part of the knees, squeezing the knees together and opening up through the chest. Inhale as you bring the bell overhead, lengthen, and then bring the bell into the chest as you sit down, rock to your back, and then come back to a standing position. Lengthen the arms overhead, stretch. Bend the knees, roll back. Use your core as you engage to stand back up. Try to use just your core and your legs while your hands remain on the bell. Exhale as you roll back, articulating through the spine. Use the power of your core to stand. Lengthen the arms. Last time, come back down to a seated position and lengthen the legs. Boat pose. Start to crisscross the legs. Keep your chest lifted, core engaged. Now start to add a rotation. Arms and legs will go in opposition as you swivel through the waist. Now roll back, and you're going to roll up and lift one leg, reaching the kettlebell towards the shin. The other leg, and roll back down, alternating sides. The bell contours to the body as you roll up and roll down. Now let's add a twisting motion. Rotate over the leg and then lengthen. Exhale, reach, articulate down, rotate and reach, and one more time. Lengthen, lift, exhale, place the bell down overhead. Sweep the arms around, grabbing the knees. Rock to your back, cross the feet, hop into plank, upward facing dog. Exhale as you release down to your belly, bending your knees and kick the tops of the feet into your hands to open up through the chest. Release down and then bend it back in again. Kick the feet into the hands, lift up a little higher. Release, lengthen the arms. Last time, kick the feet into the hands, lift up the chest, and release down. Upward facing dog. Press back, downward dog. Gaze up, step, hop, jump up, roll to your spine and come into a back bend. Either lift up your hips or come into a full wheel. Lengthen the arms, lengthen the legs, and then slowly come back down. Bend one knee, extend the other, and press up into a half back bend. Lengthen through your arm to the leg. Slowly come back down and change sides, bending the other. Press up through your hips, lengthen through your arm, all the way down to your leg. Have a seat. Take a lateral stretch over through the knees, and then change sides. Knees go to the other way, lateral stretch to the feet. Grab the bell and come back to your knees. Take a stretch as you lengthen the arms overhead. Arch the back and rotate to one side. Inhale, lengthen, high kneeling position. Exhale, rotate to the other side. Come back up to your knees. Exhale, and place the bell back down. Take one more deep stretch as you lengthen the arms up overhead, bringing all of the positive energy that we created. Namaste. Amazing job, and I'll see you at the next workout.